Hello and welcome to my little corner of the world. Today I am going to show you a technique, and that's to heat emboss the acetate film or window sheet. This is the first of two videos. I'm going to show you the technique in this one and then how to make this candle treat holder in the second one. So to start with, I'm going to be using my trimmer, and I've got the rotary arm and the wavy little wavy cutter, and I'm going to cut my piece of window sheet 2 inches wide by 12 inches long, and we get a lovely wavy, I don't know if you can see that, but a nice wavy edge on the piece. Then with my scoreboard, I am going to score 5 inches from either end, and you really need to work at this to give yourself a good score. Once we've done that, you're going to get your bone folder and you're going to put those score lines in, and you're going to fold them and really burnish them well so that you get a good sharp fold, and that's what we end up with. So now we're going to heat emboss. Now I originally tried to heat emboss flat before I put my folds in, and when I started to put my folds in, can you see it started to mess up my embossing? Even though I'd left it to cool and set for about 15 minutes, it still messed it up. So I decided the best way to go about it was to put my folds in first and then deal with the funny shape I was left with. So I got a book, and I've put a piercing pad on the top and a piece of paper, and I'm just going to loop this underneath like that. And I had to go through my bookcase a little bit to try and find a book that would work, but there it's pretty good now. I've put my embossing mat down here because the stamp I'm using is a photopolymer, and this is the snowflake from the perpetual calendar stamp set. I'm using Versamark, and I'm just going, oh, I forgot the most important thing. I'm going to start with using my embossing buddy, and this is to get rid of any static, maybe any little greasy fingerprints I've got on there, because that's really going to show if I'm not careful. And so I'm just going to stamp randomly, and I'm just pressing firmly. You have to be careful, make sure it doesn't slide. There we go. And then I'll take that out, bring in my embossing powder, and I'm using white. I did experiment with silver and with gold, but I thought that white gave me the best finish. I was able to see it a lot clearer. And then give it a really sharp tap. It's not going to come off where you want it to be. And then with my heat tool, I'll come in there and you can just see it starting to melt and turn. There we go. Now I'm going to leave this for about 10 minutes before I turn it over and do the other side. I've got more to do, so it's not like I'm going to be hanging around. But again, I found that because we're having to trap it under a book and all sorts, if you start working on the other side before this one has cooled and set, then you're gonna smear your embossing and you'll be disappointed. So that's how we go about embossing heat embossing the window sheet, and you'll find that my next video will take that piece and I'll be showing you how to turn it into this gift treat holder. Thank you, and we'll see you at the next one. Bye for now.